Tonight, we break down all of the action from Week 12 in the National Football League. From all of us here on the Nation Sports Show, we hope that you all had a happy Thanksgiving. Speaking of Thanksgiving, tonight, we recap all 3 games from Thanksgiving and all of the other games from Week 12 in the NFL. We bring to you our score predictions for Week 13's games and more. It's showtime.
From the gridiron to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
Coast to coast and around the world, you know what time it is, folks, because we are live for another edition of our Nation Sports Show live here on good old YouTube.com. I am your host for this evening, Stephen Wyand. And before I get to my fine, esteemed co-host joining me tonight, talking about the world of sports in the National Football League and whatever we decide to talk about, you got to follow us on Twitter. Up first on Twitter at @ON_sports show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show, and also smash that subscribe button on YouTube.com/Our Nation Sports Show, where you can catch our show right now, live as we speak, live on YouTube. And also, don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner. Everywhere else on the old social media platform, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it is at the Nation's Corner. And with that being said, folks, let's get to my co-host for this evening. Up first, hey, his Raiders have won back-to-back games in overtime in walk-off fashion. He is a metalhead brother. Some would say 2 of his favorite Metallica records are Load and Reload. Maybe his third favorite is Saint Anger, but I digress. Anyways, what's up, Randy Giron?
Hey, what's going on? It's actually No Life Till Leather. This is the third one, the obscure one. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing good out there tonight. The Raiders are trying to figure out. Trying to figure out whether they want to lose or not. And they're like, yeah, let's just go ahead and win. Why not? But Josh Jacobs is on another level, and had they not gone away from him in the last couple games, who knows where they'd be sitting right now. But just glad to be here, and let's go.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, up next, his Washington Commanders are on a roll right now, winning another game and now 2 games over 500. Man, Taylor Heineke, that bandwagon's looking nice there, bro. What is up, my brother? No, ladies, he's not Justin Timberlake. It is JT Joey Thornton. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having an amazing Tuesday, and I hope everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving. And most importantly, I hope you didn't eat too much. Oh, well, what do we know? It's Thanksgiving. You're supposed to pig out. But anyways, yeah, that bandwagon, well, I wouldn't say bandwagon since I've been a fan ever since I came out of the womb. But yeah, it's looking really nice right now. We're 6-1 over our last 7 games, and Heineke has won 5 of his 6 starts. Hey, he may not have played good in some of those games, but at the end of the day, whoever has the highest score is the winner. So we're doing our job and keeping teams' offenses off the board, and we're hoping to roll against one of our NFC East rivals this week, which we'll get to that in just a little bit. But Let's go.
And when I say the bandwagon, I mean you built the ground ship for Taylor Heineke. You wanted him to be the quarterback because I know you know that he had potential, especially during the 2020 regular season when he was pretty good that year. He was still a rookie, but he was still pretty good. So you knew that this kid had some talent. And good for your Washington team, bro, because they're looking pretty freaking good right now. And speaking of pretty freaking good, guys, we had some amazing games on Thanksgiving, did we not?
Oh, Lord, yes.
Man. First, we got to start with this one. The Detroit Lions faced the Buffalo Bills in one hell of a game to kick off the festivities on Thanksgiving. And Josh Allen, man, what more can we say? You leave that guy enough time on the clock, he is going to burn you alive. And
yeah, here's the thing about that game. I think we can give that whole little philosophy thing a band name. Check this out. Josh Allen and the Football Gods.
yes.
Because
absolutely.
honestly, Detroit just continues to come up just short. And I don't know if it's the Football Gods luck from last year or I don't know what's going on. I mean, but yeah, Josh Allen and the Football Gods is a perfect way to describe that Detroit loss.
Even Sprocket's at a loss for words.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey,
He couldn't believe it either.
I did not know cats could speak for once. Anyways,
Yeah.
but
What?
Josh,
He's not allowed to say.
but Josh Allen in that fourth quarter, 48 yards in 21 seconds. Unbelievable.
If Patrick Mahomes can guide the Chiefs, 60, 70 something yards in 13 seconds, I'm sure Josh Allen can guide the Bills to almost 50 yards in over 20 seconds.
Yup.
Absolutely. I mean,
Especially with that one amazing pass play right there at the end to Stephon Diggs. Oh, gosh, that was beautiful.
Yep.
That was
absolutely.
beautiful.
Yeah, and the Lions were competitive for the whole game. They stuck in there and almost come out with it, but
But
But it
once
would've
again,
should've.
Detroit makes a
Left too much
mistake,
time.
and it winds up costing them.
yeah, they left.
And
too
not
much
only
time.
that, speaking of mistakes, Joey, Jared Goff made a critical mistake in that game that could have gave him a touchdown, and he overthrew the receiver, but just missed it.
Oh yeah, and didn't that Detroit kicker miss not one but 2 field goals in that game?
Yes, he did.
Right. Yes.
That right there
If
can
he
come
would
back
have
to haunt
made
you,
if he would have
too.
made those 2 field goals, and Buffalo would have won. I
Yup.
mean,
Detroit.
Detroit would have won.
Yep.
Yep, and that's the nature of the beast. When it comes to football,
Yep.
sometimes things can happen miraculous that you don't expect, but when they do, they do. And that game was a great game. The Bills ended up winning 25-22, especially on that last drive.
28-25.
28-25, excuse me. And Stephon Diggs with that one-handed catch. I mean, just absolutely fantastic. And just got the ball in the Detroit territory. Tyler Bass kicks the field goal, 28-25. And Bass redeems himself, after missing a couple of kicks. And, man, it was a hell of a game. And the next game, the Dallas Cowboys snapped their Thanksgiving losing streak after beating the Detroit Lions 28-20. And speaking of 20-20, our very own Kevin Rory got that score right on the money. On the money.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think the only thing that he didn't get right was that the Giants weren't called the G strings in that game.
Yes, unfortunately, he was wrong about that. But I mean, listen, God bless the Cowboys running backs because, Ezekiel Elliott came out of the Salvation Army for once to have a pretty good game again on Thanksgiving.
I guess.
Yep.
But once
Maybe.
again, Tony Pollard is the lead back. And
Tony
until
Pollard's
Jerry
the
Jones
man.
and Mike McCarthy see that, then I don't know.
Yeah, Tony Pollard, man, he is the feature back for the Dallas Cowboys. He needs to be the feature back for the Dallas Cowboys. He plays a great game. He's a quick runner and a pretty good back catching the ball out of the backfield. And I mean, got to give credit to Dallas, man. I mean, I was a little worried about this game because I mean, Dallas, it took them a little bit to get started, but once they got the gas going, you know, it was all she wrote for the Giants. And the next game on the docket, the Vikings closed out Thanksgiving festivities against the Patriots. And man, Kirk Cousins was pretty good. 30 for 37 for 299 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah,
And,
for once he broke it. Yeah, for once he broke out of his primetime slump. But I gotta say, this game was a lot closer than we all thought it was gonna be.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, we thought that
33 to 26. Wow.
And there was a couple of times there was at one point the Patriots looked like they scored a touchdown to go up 29 to 23, but that was called off, and they instead they kicked the field goal.
Hunter Henry, he was talking about that play for a few days, saying how that play should have standed because he had that ball in possession.
Once again,
well, man, what's done is done.
Once again, what is a catch these days? We'll never know, I guess. But yeah, Kirk Cousins had a good game. Jefferson had a pretty good game, and another against the Patriots. I mean, he is amazing. Oh, who did we lose?
Oh yeah,
Fine.
Definitely.
And you know, and just an incredible game, you know, by the Vikings. And they won on Thanksgiving. And moving on to the Sunday portion of the NFL schedule. I mean, guys, where do we even begin with this? I mean, I think the most appropriate spot to start in this is the fact that two teams went for it all. And they converted on 2-point conversions. Who am I talking about? The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Jacksonville surprised a lot of people this year, I think.
And I reckon as far as Baltimore, I guess Justin Tucker didn't have enough foot after kicking a 66-yarder last year to nail a 67-yarder on Sunday.
Nope, he didn't have enough leg to get that, and it was just short. I'm like, man, if he's missing a kick just short from 67, meanwhile he owns the record for the longest field goal. He almost broke his own record. I mean, just crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. I mean, and you know, and the Ravens shot themselves in the foot, you know, and it just they can't seem to get out of their own way.
That's right. Yeah, they can't, as much as they should have relied on Tucker last year, they can't rely on him all the time this year. I mean, they've put up so much this year scoring wise, and now all of a sudden they can't score. You know, I don't understand. I mean, I know they have a lot of weapons out and different things like that, but Lamar Jackson is always keeps them in the games. But I saw him; he looked a little off the other day, so I'm not real sure.
Yeah, he did look a little off. And speaking of looking off, I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, the Buccaneers. How do you lose to the Cleveland Browns out of all teams? The Cleveland Browns.
They're my favorite team.
Yes.
Steven, you're saying the team name wrong. It's the Cleveland Clowns.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joey. The Cleveland Clowns. Whoop-de-doo. The Cleveland Clowns.
Well,
but I know Randy was happy.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yes. They're my favorite team. Like I said, at least for the beginning of Sunday, for the first part of Sunday. Then then after that, that was over. I was rooting for them till then. So,
yep.
But I'm glad they won that game, of course. But and, I know my pops was happy. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we can go down the entire schedule, but we'll be here all day doing that. But like looking at other games that were pretty significant. I mean, a couple of games that come to my mind, especially is the one in overtime over there in Seattle. because the Raiders have
Oh,
not
yeah.
won in Seattle since 1998. And in a wild, insane game in Seattle at the 12th man, Josh Jacobs, not Derek Carr, not Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs was a man possessed that night in
That's
Seattle.
right.
He was
And,
determined.
Right. The cool thing was that was the 30th anniversary of the Bo Jackson angry run against Bosworth when he ran him over.
Nice.
Nice. I remember that play too, because I got I got an old football tape that shows that play. Wow.
Wow. That's awesome.
So that was
Awesome.
where they were at with that. So yeah,
Pretty freaking cool.
That ended up being a pretty cool thing because they were showing that before the game and during the game and different things like that. And
Right.
And like I think I was telling you guys before we went on that he was actually pretty much out.
Right.
Hardly practiced all week, and I'm thinking it was his ankle. I want to say yes or no on that. So
I think it was his ankle, yes.
I want to speculate on which one it was, but and then he played that whole game, and then they had the stats. He was going 20 miles an hour at the end there. So I think the ankle was feeling pretty good at the end when he ran that 81-yarder. So he went from not playing to smoking them cats. So Jacobs is gonna hopefully this gets to where the Raiders actually pay the man and keep him around, because I've always liked him. I always thought he was going to do good, and he's over 1,000 yards already. So we'll just have to wait
Exactly.
and see.
And if my facts are right, which I'm pretty sure they are, isn't this Josh Jacobs' contract year?
Yeah,
yes, it
this
is.
is his 5th year. Yeah, so they decided not to give him a contract. So he's playing without a contract.
After that performance yesterday, he better be signing a contract ASAP.
Yeah, they better get him under contract, like you said, as soon as possible, because he's definitely proof that it's it'll be worth it. Because like I said, he is barely off. I mean, I won't go into that, but he's in the right. He may be in the right scheme now. I don't know. I just think he's coming into his own finally. So we'll have to wait and see.
He played like a madman. He was just amazing during that game, and he capped off that great game with an 86-yard rushing touchdown. Took it all the way to the house, and awesome. Had over 200 yards from scrimmage in this game. Just crazy.
Yeah, he had 303 total yards.
303 total yards.
Yeah, he had as many receiving yards as Devontae Adams did.
That is nuts.
He tore it up.
He was a man on a mission.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he was a man on the mission. 303 total yards from scrimmage. Absolutely amazing was Josh Jacobs. And speaking of amazing, it's amazing how the Kansas City Chiefs continue to roll in the AFC and in the NFL overall as they continue to win and win big. And Mahomes continues to win big with his favorite guy, Travis Kelce. I mean, these guys are just lighting up the National Football League. I mean, Mahomes is playing great. Travis Kelce is having another great, spectacular season. And I think this might be Mahomes and Kelce's best years in the NFL. This might be Mahomes' best year since his MVP season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that it's not upsetting, I mean, because they're a good team. We speculated this year that they could be down, in the predictions for before the season and everything, and it just shows that they're just a good team. And we thought they would be dead in the water after losing Hill and a couple other pieces on defense, and they're just still steady doing it and just figuring out other ways to win. And kind of.
As far as Tyreek Hill is concerned, yeah, he's putting up amazing receiver numbers right now in Miami. But with Tyreek Hill being gone, Kevin actually brought this up a few weeks ago. It gives Patrick Mahomes way more targets to throw to. I mean, yes, he's going to find Travis Kelce a lot, but he's also got these other top-notch receivers who are trying to make a name for themselves. And now that Hill is gone, it's given them the opportunity to actually make names for themselves and make some great catches and make some good plays on the offensive side of the ball.
And that's what makes this Chiefs team, guys, scary, guys, is the fact that you don't know who's going to show up every week besides Travis Kelce and put up great numbers. It might be Valdez-Scantling. It might be Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, hell, it might be one of the running backs. I mean, the Chiefs right now are honestly, arguably, in my opinion, more dangerous without all the superstar weapons because you cannot account just for one guy with Travis Kelce. Yes, he might be the main target, but Mahomes is one of those guys that he trusts anybody on that team. If the guy is open, he is willing to trust his guy. Like, hey, you're there. I'm going to throw it to you. Make a play. Make it count. And Mahomes right now is he is proving that contract that he signed after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl in the 2019-2020 regular season against San Francisco. I mean, the investment that the Chiefs have in him, it is coming to full fruition. And just his numbers this year, he is playing at an MVP caliber level. And I know that we make the argument that Josh Allen during the first half of the 2022 regular season was the MVP, but in my opinion, it wouldn't surprise me, guys. Joey, I want to get your thought on this. It would not surprise me if Patrick Mahomes is the MVP at the end of the year, based off the consistency he has had during this year's season.
Not at all. It would not surprise me in the slightest because you want a key pass, Mahomes would give it to you. Mm-hmm. You want him to throw it to a certain receiver, he'll get it there. You want him to throw an end-of-the-game touchdown pass or a last-second touchdown pass or, heck, even a key touchdown pass, Mahomes will get it there.
Absolutely.
You want Mahomes to run
even
you want Mahomes to run a quarterback draw and get him a touchdown, he'll do it. I mean, Mahomes is just one of the best elite playmakers in this next generation of the NFL. He really is. And until anybody decides to slow him down, he's just going to keep going. And honestly, I don't see anybody slowing Mahomes down because if they can't figure this dude out after how long he's been in the pros, ain't nobody going to figure him out.
Exactly. And Randy, what are your thoughts on my opinion that maybe Patrick Mahomes might end up being the MVP at the end of the season?
Oh yeah, I they're not my favorite team, but
sure,
you can't deny talent, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. I mean, like I said, he just does otherworldly stuff out there. It seems sometimes, and sometimes it angers me as a Raider fan, but like I said, you can't deny it, and he's in the right system, and he's a hell of a playmaker. So yeah, definitely would not surprise me one bit if he was the MVP of this season. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I mean, just Mahomes' numbers this year. I believe, Joey, he's leading the NFL this year in yards and touchdowns.
I believe you're right. I can look up stats real quick. If anybody wants to say anything while I'm looking it up real quick.
Absolutely. I mean, just continuing, with this game, the Rams, once again, they are not the team that we thought they were possibly going to be heading at the start of this season. And they just continue to go down from here. And Matthew Stafford not playing, backup quarterback playing for the Rams. And what more can you say? The Chiefs absolutely, as Bully would say on Busted Open, destroyed the Los Angeles Rams in Arrowhead Stadium. And Mahomes, once again, having another spectacular game. And, overall as having a MVP caliber season again this year.
Yeah, you are correct, Steven. Mahomes leads in overall passing yards, and he leads in overall touchdowns. So you are correct, sir.
Alrighty then. And moving on down the schedule here, I mean, wow, it actually happened. The Carolina Panthers, my team, in sarcasm, get a win against the Donkeys.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah, I believe Russell Wilson needs to be arrested and charged with burglary because he is robbing that Denver Broncos franchise of any possible money deal at this point.
Oh yeah.
Because he freaking sucks.
I mean, he had the his own defense so riled up that they turned on him. I thought they were going to beat him up. So
yeah.
So I mean, what's that? I mean, what's that tell you? And
he's actually getting yelled at by his own defensive lineman now. I mean,
wow,
Russell.
And what
are you doing?
I honestly thought he would have a better season because prior to this, he was hurt, but I mean, he's actually pretty healthy this year. He's just not.
Yeah,
he's having an off. I don't even know if it's an off year. I don't understand. He's just in horrible situations. I mean, and then you see Geno Smith, who's just now getting the chance to start
playing lights out right now.
Yeah, outshining him leaps and bounds. It makes you wonder a little bit if it's just not the system in Seattle, and it was never Russell.
It makes you wonder with what Kevin said is actually proven to be true, and that's the fact that Russell Wilson doesn't have Pete Carroll as his coach anymore.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was my roundabout way of just saying it wasn't. It was Pete Carroll, not Russell Wilson. The Broncos should have tried to get Pete Carroll instead, I think.
Yeah, I know. They need to get rid of Nathaniel Hackett. Oh, I'm sorry, Nathaniel Screw It. Because that is exactly what he's doing right now. He is screwing this franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, he's screwing that franchise big time.
Yep.
He is screwing that team big time.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Moving on down the list. Oh, before we move on, I stand correct on the Kirk Cousins stats. He did throw one pick in that game against the Patriots on Thanksgiving. I read that wrong. My bad. Anyways.
Okay.
Oh, well. We're live. We're live, pal. But anyways, so moving on to the Bengals and the Titans, a rematch from the wild card matchup from last playoff season. And it was a pretty good game. It
was a pretty good game, but I will say, though, that for Joe Burrow's sake, he didn't get sacked 9 times.
Yes,
yeah.
He did not get sacked 9 times.
Same result, but yeah, at least he stayed upright. He
stayed upright this time.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, and Derrick Henry did not have a great game. Shockingly, he did not have a great game. He did not have your typical.
Yeah.
He didn't have a real typical Derrick Henry game.
That's right.
Well, he still leads the league in rushing, so I guess he can afford to have one off game every now and then.
All the great players have bad games sometimes.
Without a doubt, yes, sir.
Absolutely, and that backup running back from the Bengals, he's looking pretty damn good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Samaje Perine.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But the thing is, how much longer is it going to last? Because there's no telling when Joe Mixon will hit the practice field. Because I believe, as far as I'm concerned, I think he's still in the concussion protocol.
Oh wow!
If I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Dang.
Right. And also moving down the line on the schedule, the 49ers absolutely shut out the New Orleans Saints 13-0.
No surprise there. The Niners defense is awesome. Saints offense sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Yes. Moving down the line. I mean, we'll touch upon this game. I guess we have to, but the Kings of tanking, baby. The Houston Texans absolutely get destroyed by Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. For once, they actually scored points in this game because it wasn't looking like they were going to. They were getting shut out 30-0 at one point. They ended up scoring 15 points. Good job. Good job, Houston. Good job.
Yeah, they're tanking for sure.
They are definitely tanking. Definitely tanking. And we touched upon it briefly, but the Los Angeles go ahead.
I was gonna say, at this point, you might as well go ahead and present the Texans with the #1 draft pick for Christmas, because that's what they're gonna get.
Yeah,
exactly. That is exactly what they're going to get. And moving on down the line on the box score, we touched on it briefly, but how about the Arizona Cardinals absolutely blowing a lead against the Los Angeles Chargers and pulling a Los Angeles Chargers move, because that's something San Diego would have done, in San Diego. But the Arizona Cardinals blew the game against the Chargers. And I got to give Staley a lot of credit, and Justin Herbert, for executing these plays down the stretch, because it was not looking pretty. And the fact that they had the guts to go for it, just like the Jacksonville Jaguars did against the Baltimore Ravens during that game. And they converted it on the 2-point conversion. They ended up getting the win 25-24. And the Chargers somehow are staying alive in the AFC wildcard playoff race.
Chargers, you had one.
It's all right, Kyler Murray. It's hard though for Kyler Murray because I'm pretty sure he drowned his sorrows later with the new Call of Duty game.
Yeah, Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Cardinals had one job, and that was to beat the Chargers. So if the Raiders want to figure out something, they could help them out. But no, the Cardinals got to lose. No, I'm just playing. The Chargers and the Cardinals both are so hard to figure out. Both, it makes you just wonder where these teams are going to be, in just in a few weeks, because they're going in different directions. So hopefully the Chargers don't continue their winning ways, but. That's spoken like a true AFC West guy. Whether or not the Raiders are going to do anything or not, I still don't. Still not going to pull for them. But yeah, I digress.
Absolutely, and I cannot believe that I'm fixing to say these words. Yes, the Jets did win, which is kind of not surprising because they've had a pretty good year this year. But who led them to victory, boys? Mike Mother effing White. Mike White. 20 for 25, 315 yards passing, 3 TDs. My God. Zach Wilson, take some lessons, son.
Zach Wilson can't do that in 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
No.
Let alone doing it in 1 week.
They got 2 last week, yeah, so.
Mike White was dropping bombs against the Chicago Bears. And Zach Wilson, on his best day, putting his cleats on, couldn't even do that. He can try, but he won't succeed. But Mike Mother effing White, baby. Oh, my goodness. Shout-outs to Urinating Tree on social media and on his YouTube page, because he has been screaming from the rooftop, Mike Mother effing White. And he even wrote a tweet on Twitter with Mike motherfucking White all in there. Mike White. I'm like, dude, this is amazing. He's screaming from the rooftops, get this guy in. And what can we say, folks? Mike Mother effing White did it. 315 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Hey, Zach Wilson, look at that. No interceptions. None. Absolutely none. No picks. Man, what a great game by Mike White. No, excuse me, Mike Mother effing White. Thank you very much.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we'll see if he can keep it up, because if I remember correct, when he made his debut last season or season before, he played lights out, and then after that he was basically Zach Wilson.
Mid.
So we'll have to wait and see what happens from this point forward. If he can keep it up, that Jets defense keeps playing like they're playing, it could be dangerous at the end of the season. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how Mike White does during the rest of the season. I mean, he led the Jets to yet another victory. I mean, what can we say? I don't even know if this has been done, people, but 3 quarterbacks have led the New York Jets to victory in one calendar year. Joe Flacco coming out of retirement from his retirement home to lead the Jets to a victory. And then Zach Wilson somehow leads the Jets to a couple of victories. And Mike Mother effing White leads the Jets to a victory against the Chicago Bears. Good shit. Good.
Maybe they have another quarterback they can try out if he don't work. Throw in there too. So
yeah, we shall see with that one. I cannot believe it, Mike White.
I mean, the New York Jets situation kind of reminds me of the NC State college football team, because they've had 4 quarterbacks lead them to at least one victory this season.
Yeah, that's right.
4.
Yeah.
Man. 4. Wow. Pathetic. Even Sprocket thinks it's pathetic. How lovely.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's lame now.
That's a good cat. That's a good cat.
He's a
But yeah, week 12 had some crazy games and some pretty interesting finishes. And I mean, so moving on down the schedule a little bit. I mean, before we continue, so Joey, I want to ask you real quick. So what were some significant games in your eyes during week 12 schedule?
Well, we pretty much hit on all of them. But one game that really stood out to me was, of course, Sunday Night Football between the Philadelphia Eagles and the
nice
Green Bay
segue.
Packers. That was a great game. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers did get hurt and was forced to leave the game in the third quarter, but Jordan Love, he did what he could to keep the Packers in the game, and I thought there was going to be a time in which Philly was actually going to give it up, but Jalen Hurts, once again, does just enough, and once again, makes a strong case for NFL MVP right now with his amazing performance throughout this season, that Philadelphia just gets the job done. And even though I'm not going to say much about it, the snooze game from last night with the Colts and the Steelers, I mean, yeah, the Colts did lose, but Mr. Jonathan Taylor, he did just enough to give me another fantasy football win this week over the one and only Randy Giron. So I'm happy about that.
Congratulations.
I haven't even paid attention in there, so I'm not really sure if that's true or not.
But speaking of paying attention, Randy, I tell you guys, there's something that we need to pay attention to from this Philadelphia Green Bay game was the running game by the Philadelphia Eagles. Over 360 yards running. Over 360 yards running. Absolutely.
And not to mention,
stunning.
Jalen Hurts made a little bit of history when he became the first player to pass for 125 yards and run for 125 yards in the same quarter.
Wow.
In the same quarter. The same half, I can see that, but the same quarter, that's almost unheard of.
Absolutely, it's unheard of. I mean, when you look at Jalen Hurts' numbers, he was 16 for 28, 153 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 80 yards a complete, 88.5% completion. Pretty damn good.
Yes.
Excuse me. His quarterback rating was 88. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep.
And Love coming in for Rodgers. Let's see. I got his stats right here. Excuse me. So we'll start with Rodgers. Rodgers, before he got injured, he was 11 for 16 for 140 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and then 2 interceptions. And go ahead.
I'm about to say, and who can forget that once in a lifetime picture that was put all over social media with the back of the jerseys of Love and Hurts saying "Love Hurts 101."
That's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, literally, Jordan Love with number 10 and Jalen Hurts number 1. I mean, come on. That's once in a lifetime right there.
That's good stuff. Yes,
What is
sir.
love? What is love?
Love is grand, but on a small handful of occasions, love does hurt.
Yes, that is true. And on some small hands, love stinks. And speaking of love stinks, love in this game. Speaking of love stinks, love in this game, he really didn't stink if we're being honest. He was 6 for 9 for 113 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no picks. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yes, and that 1 touchdown was a 64-yard strike to, I think it was Alan Lazard. I believe it was.
No, I believe it was to Watson.
Watson.
That's the long one was Watson, right? Yeah.
Man, and how about him? I mean, Watson has had as many touchdowns in the last couple weeks that he had during the first several weeks of the NFL season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Watson right now leads the league in receiving touchdowns for a rookie.
Yep.
Wow.
He leads all rookies in receiving touchdowns, and that's really saying something, seeing as how he didn't really have any the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah, and starting to come around for sure. He started getting yelled at by Rodgers.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I know it.
These numbers are staggering in the running game. Jalen Hurts had 157 yards running. Sanders, he had 21 carries for 143 yards. Crazy. 363 yards rushing by the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. Listen, we've been preaching it all season long that the Philadelphia Eagles so far have had the best overall offensive line in football this year. And these numbers don't lie. Folks. I mean, 363 yards rushing by the Philadelphia Eagles against this Packers team. Their defense it's okay. It's not the worst, but that's impressive. You don't see numbers like that very often, in the NFL.
No.
I mean, let alone the quarterback throwing for over 120 yards, like you said, Joe, throwing for over 120 and running for at least 120. That never happens hardly on a daily basis. I mean, just amazing by the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, we don't know how they're going to do the rest of the year. They're 10-1 right now. They're looking pretty good. 10-1 right now is their record. They beat Green Bay, and Green Bay made this game interesting for quite some time until Rodgers went down with the injury. And even after he went down, when Love came into the game, did that touchdown to Watson. I'm like, this game is far from over, and give Philadelphia credit. They responded when they had to, they played a great game.
We'll see. And of course, we're going to get to this whenever we get to the predictions. But I'm taking an early look at the games for next week, and I see that even though it's a home game, Philly's going to have quite of a challenge this upcoming week.
Yes, they are. And we will get to those predictions in a little bit. And I guess while we're at it, we're talking about week 12 in the National Football League. We have to talk about this Monday night game briefly for a second, I guess. And it was not a great game. It was not a great game. And the Pittsburgh Steelers should have won more than what they did. The final score did say 24-17. But let's be honest, folks. This game should have been over. Quicker than what it was. As at one point, Pittsburgh was up 16-3. And Matt Ryan somehow came back and made it a game, but Jonathan Taylor had to fumble the ball at the worst possible time when you're down on the goal line at the 1 yard line and you fumble the handoff of Matt Ryan, putting you behind the 8 ball.
And see, and this happens to fall a little bit on Jeff Saturday too, because he committed a rookie mistake in the game last night, and that was when the Colts were driving down the field trying to get a last minute touchdown to stay in the game. Coach Saturday refused to call a timeout until 30 seconds to go in the game, and the Colts facing a fourth down. He refused to call he refused to call the Colts' first timeout until fourth quarter, 30 seconds to go in the game on a fourth down. What?
Terrible
Come
coaching.
on, man. I know you're a rookie head coach in the NFL, but you don't do that crap.
You know the game Saturday. You've been in the game. You've been in the trenches with Peyton Manning. You've been in big games. You know what it's like to be in these close games.
Exactly.
I mean, that was inexcusable. Inexcusable. I mean, you're wasting precious time on the clock. Use the clock wisely, because at that point, the clock is not your friend. And the Colts had a couple of chances to win this game, but fumbles, missed coaching decisions, missed defensive assignments, bad coaching decisions by Jeff Saturday, proving why his win against the Las Vegas Raiders, mid. Absolutely mid.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I honestly couldn't agree with you more. I don't understand it. Doesn't make any sense. But that's the way the season's going. It seems for every team. It seems there's just a couple teams across the board that are starting to set themselves apart. But other than that, everybody's middle of the pack. So middle of the pack, yeah.
And that was a very yawn of a game. And speaking of, there is going to be a yawn game next week, and we're going to get to that here in a little bit. But folks, before we continue, we have to plug the social media platforms again to get to tell you guys where you can find us on social media. Up first on Twitter at @ON_sports show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show. Also, don't forget to smash that subscribe button on YouTube.com/Our Nation Sports Show. And also, folks, don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner. Everywhere else on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it is at the Nation's Corner. And man, before we get to the score predictions, guys, I do want to touch upon briefly a little bit about wrestling from this past weekend, and that is the WWE Survivor Series. Man, that was a great pay-per-view, pretty much from top to bottom.
Yeah, it was very good. It was a very good show. Although all the matches I thought were pretty great. The women's War Games match.
The women's War Games, actually, both War Games matches were
War Games.
Both War Games matches were absolutely amazing. Yeah, even though the Bloodline did win the men's War Games match, it was still a pretty darn good match. And even though I could not stand the outcome, you cannot deny that Austin Theory right now is one of the hottest young stars of WWE.
Oh yeah,
especially with the way that he won that triple threat match for the United States title. I mean, you can't deny him.
That was a great match.
He's got the look. He's got it all. A couple years ago, I would see him in the one wrestling he was in, Evolve, and you could just tell.
Yeah,
he had it. He had it, and sure enough, so he's putting it all together now, and they're finally realizing.
And
he's good. I think he's going to be great.
I will say from a fan's perspective, real quick. Ever since Triple H took over as head of creative, WWE has sold out every single pay-per-view.
And this was also the most watched Survivor Series. That's saying something.
Ever since Triple H took over as head of creative, Raw has gotten better, SmackDown has gotten better, premium live events or pay-per-views have gotten better. I mean, Triple H, where have you been? We have needed you this whole time.
He has
We had-
single-handedly changed the landscape of professional wrestling. I mean,
Single-handedly.
the Bloodline storyline, if you are not invested into this storyline, I don't know what planet you're from, bro, because I sound like Russo for once. Bro. But the Bloodline story is absolutely amazing. I mean, the story that they're telling with Sami Zayn and the Usos and everybody in that, Roman Reigns, I mean, oh my God, what more there needs to be said? I mean, just very good storytelling by the Bloodline. And just, I'm really curious where they're going to go with this, because this storytelling has been going on for over 2 years. And it's the best story the WWE has done in a very, very long time.
Well, I will say the recent rumors, and trust me, I do read a lot of rumors about WWE. Recent rumors are suggesting that this whole bloodline thing may not last for too much longer.
I don't know why.
I don't know. It's making money hand over fist. I wouldn't stop it now.
Yeah, because I have been hearing that whenever WWE goes live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada for Elimination Chamber next year in February, I've been hearing that there's going to be one very interesting match, and that, of course, is going to be for the WWE Undisputed title between Roman Reigns and who was the challenger? Oh yeah, none other than the honorary Uce, Sami Zayn.
Man, I mean, I don't know. I don't usually follow rumors, because I wait to see what happens, on the television screen. But I am here for this storyline as long as it goes. It is great storytelling, and again, folks, I mean, Survivor Series was a great show, and just amazing, pretty much from top to bottom. Great card.
And it's not just the fact that the Bloodline story is getting really popular right now. Storylines in general are getting popular. I mean,
sure.
The OC and the Judgment Day. I mean, that is an interesting storyline. And of course, you can't forget about the whole Stalker story between The Miz and Dexter Lumis.
That's right.
By the way, congratulations! Congratulations goes out to Dexter Lumis, who, after his win last night over The Miz, finally got his WWE contract. So congratulations to Mr. Dexter.
Yes, he did. He did get his contract in, folks.
Yeah, storylines are just getting. They are getting so much better right now.
The Bray Wyatt storyline, man, amazing.
Yes,
amazing,
Bray Wyatt,
amazing.
And now he finally has an opponent that could actually go on to be a really good feud with his program with LA Knight right now.
Dummy, yeah. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, WWE is just getting better, and AEW is also getting better. Of course.
Oh yeah. Well, you can tell
AEW has always been good.
You can tell there was a WWE cage match and not an AEW cage match because nobody was bleeding.
Yeah.
But
it was AEW.
AEW doesn't care about blood. It's like, if you want to bleed during a match, go ahead.
They were bleeding. They'd be bleeding in the cage, waiting to get into the cage. Well, they're out there.
Yep.
Oh yeah. But again, folks, if you have not watched this past Saturday Survivor Series from Boston, do yourself a favor. It's a very good show, and highlighted by the two War Games matches between the men and women's War Games matches, which were absolutely amazing. And what was also cool was the fact that Black Sabbath's War Pigs was the theme song for Survivor Series.
Yeah, that definitely was nice.
Yes.
Very cool. And again, folks, you can catch the Nation's Corner this Saturday on YouTube live, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific as Front Row, Tony Justice, ooh yeah, the great and powerful Deb Housen, and Mongrovian Mike, karate, talk about all things professional wrestling, AEW, WWE, whatever they decide to talk about. Catch the Nation's Corner this Saturday on YouTube.com, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific West Coast time. And don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner. Everywhere else on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it is at the Nation's Corner. And folks, as Mark Henry would say, there's been a time for too much talk because it's time for our score predictions. And man, last week was a close week as far as our score predictions. And this week looks to be another close week of predicting these games. And where do we start? As always, Thursday night football. This Thursday,
What about the winners from last week?
Yes. What about the winners from last week?
Well, they're as much as I would have loved to see a repeat of everybody having the same record, unfortunately, that didn't happen this past week.
Nope. Congratulations to Kevin.
And myself. Me and Kevin tied for the same record.
Yeah, Sprocket is saying congratulations too.
Sprocket said
me and Kevin tied for the same record. We both went 13-3 last week.
Very nice.
Sprocket said I was wrong. That's what he said.
Yeah, Steven, you and Randy tied going 12-4.
Yep.
What?
And
12?
Ezra, he's the one that tanked last week. He went 10-6.
Not bad records.
No, not bad.
Not bad. And this week, folks, kicking off Thursday Night Football, it is the Buffalo Bills taking on their arch nemesis in the AFC East, the New England Patriots in Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Now, is this going to be a game where the wind's like really bad and it's really cold and Mac Jones throws 3 passes, or no, it's not one of those games? Okay. I just want to make sure parameters are before we.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I think I did hear there was going to be some snow on the ground, but it's probably not going to be as bad as the game was last year.
At least it'll look good. It'll at least look good.
But yeah, I do have Kevin's and Ezra's scores right here, so I'll go ahead and start off with both of them. Ezra is picking the Bills to win 31-17.
Ooh.
Impressive. And Kevin, once again, absolutely kills it with one of his little team names. He goes, he's picking the Bills to win 30-20 over the Deflatriots.
That is them for real.
I cannot follow that.
Yeah.
The Deflatriots.
Wow. Deflatriots.
And then they wonder why they don't get calls, right? And then they wonder why they don't get calls.
And now
Exactly.
introducing the team
wants,
that
he's on the
deflates
wrong
more
team.
balls than New England Deflatriots.
That's right. Hunter Henry's on the wrong team to try to say somebody cheated. Wrong team, son. Team.
That was great. That was great.
I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills to win this one in Foxborough. I'm going to go 33-27.
Yeah, I got 34-20 Buffalo.
All right, and
Next.
I'm gonna follow. Yes, and I'm gonna follow suit with everybody, and I'm gonna go Buffalo as well. I'm gonna go 34-14.
Next, it is the Sunday portion of the NFL Week 13 schedule for the 2022 regular season. And up first, we got old-fashioned rivalry game here, folks. It is the Green Bay Packers going to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, and can I say, I mean, I know he's not on here, but I honestly think that Ezra actually does like Aaron Rodgers. I think he's just secretly saying he does not. I really think he does like him.
Oh, Randy, you would not be saying this, bro, if he was on the show right now, bro. Just saying.
Yeah,
No, you know I would say it anyways. Yeah, just as much
Randy,
as you.
Randy might actually be onto something because going by Ezra's pick, unless he's just being smart, he might actually like Aaron Rodgers because he's picking the Packers to win 27-17.
Wow.
It's just like your so-called dislike for the Panthers. That's
Hey, for
better.
once, Randy, for once, I picked the Panthers last week and they won. Whoop-de-doo against the Broncos.
Hey, but
Right.
I will say that real quick before we proceed with any more scores, at least we can all say that the Carolina Panthers won't have a heart attack this week because, well, they're off this week.
Yay!
Oh, you know.
They're off this week along with the Arizona Cardinals.
Hey, that means Kyler Murray gets to play more video games on the Xbox.
Lots more
Yep.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, he said.
And see, and Kevin's score is actually a very interesting score. I actually kind of like it, even though I'm not going to steal it, but I do like it. He's going with the Packers over the Bears 14-11.
Ooh, I like that score.
Yeah, I think it'd be 28-17 Packers.
I'm going to go with Green Bay in this one. I'm going to go 17-13.
You know what? The reason why I'm not stealing Kevin's score is because I got a good score of my own. Packers 17, Bears 16.
Whoa, there you go.
You might be right on that one too. I guess
Yep.
our predictions we should probably put it out there whether or not Justin Fields plays. That's where I'm going with my score. A little more points for the Bears. If he's actually going to play this week. So, with what was that? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank here. The quarterback that played last week just didn't do very well for them. So
For Chicago?
For Chicago,
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank too on his name. I can't remember his name. But while you're drawing a blank there, Randall, let's move on to the score predictions.
Yes, sir.
So we got the Pittsburgh Squealers taking on our favorite choke champions, the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta, Georgia.
This is hard to pick too. Wow.
Okay, yeah, I just saw it real quick. It was Trevor Siemian.
That's right.
I couldn't remember that name to save my life. But yeah, I was thinking of Heineke and
Hit it with the Heinz.
and that guy at the same time. I can't remember the name. But yeah, I think it's hard to pick because you don't know who you're going to get with either one of these teams week to week. But I guess I can go with Pittsburgh 2016.
I like the score. Pretty good.
Yeah, you said Atlanta or Pittsburgh, Randy? I think I didn't catch that.
Pittsburgh. Said Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. All right. Let's see. I'm actually gonna go with Pittsburgh as well.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be Pittsburgh has looked a lot better over the past couple of weeks. So I'm actually gonna go with Pittsburgh in this one. I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna copy Ezra's score. He said Steelers 24, Falcons 20. I'm going with that same score, 24-20. And Kevin is picking the Steelers to win by a score of 20-19.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Steelers to win in a close one. I'm gonna go 21-20.
All right.
Next, we have the Jets at the Vikings.
Ooh,
This is a tough one.
this is a tough one. Let's see. Whenever Kevin gave his score, I of course didn't type this down because it was a lot to type, but Kevin actually made a good point when he gave his score for the Jets-Vikings game. So I'll start off with his. He actually picked the Jets to win in an upset by a score of 28-27. And when he says Kirk and Jettas usually struggle against a good defense, and right now the Jets are number 3 overall in team defense. But he says when Kirk and Jetta struggle against a good defense, they usually lose. And honestly, he makes a great point.
He does make a great point.
Right. Well.
So I mean, I can't count out. I can't count that score out because it very well could happen.
It could.
But Ezra, trying to find it. He's got the Vikings over the Jets 28-24.
Ooh, okay.
But this is going to be a close one. I mean, yes, the game is in Minnesota, so I'm leaning towards the Vikings because it is their home field. But I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's a real tough game to call. It's a trap game. I mean, because it's a very interesting game. You know what? I'm gonna roll the dice. I don't feel great because I don't feel great with them in close games. It wouldn't surprise me if the Jets win, but I'm gonna go with the Vikings in a close one. Again, I'm gonna go with the Vikings 27-24.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if the Jets win this game.
Yeah. I got Vikings 24-21. I think we were just talking about Mike White coming back down to earth, so to speak. The Vikings will definitely be a challenge. Their defense will definitely be a challenge for him. So, but I think they'll still do well. But like I said, give me the Vikings 24-21.
All right.
Yeah, and I don't feel good about it either because you never know which Minnesota team we're actually going to see. Right. But I'm going with Minnesota in this one. It's going to be a very, very close game. As a matter of fact, give me the Vikings in this one, 24-23.
Another close game.
Yeah.
Next on the docket, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars going to the Mud City to face the Detroit Lions.
All right, so Ezra is saying that the Lions are going to win 34-13.
Whoa, that's wow.
Yeah, that's a score.
That's a score I did not see coming.
And Kevin is going with the Lions over the Dotted Cats, 31-28.
I like that.
But I'm gonna follow suit with both guys. I'm not gonna give anything close to Ezra's score because that's kind of a little far fetched, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Detroit. I think the football gods are finally gonna give Detroit a break this week, and I'm gonna go with Detroit. I'm gonna go 27-21.
Wow. I'm gonna go with Detroit in this one. I'm gonna go 30-28.
Okay.
Yeah, I got similar, close to that. I got the Jags winning though, 28-25.
Wow, look at that.
Okay, Randy with the upset pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, we have the Tennessee Titans going to Lincoln Financial Field to face the 10-1 Philadelphia Eagles.
This is going to be a tough game.
This is going to be a smash mouth in your face football game.
All right, see, Ezra is picking the Eagles to win 31-24.
Wow.
And Kevin is going against the grain, and he is pulling for the Titans to pull off a road win in this game, 28-25.
Holy mackerel, Batman. Wow. Wow. Look at that.
I'm not sure. This is going to be a good game to watch.
This is going to be a great game.
Yeah. But I think Titans are going to find a way to win. And it's going to be
okay.
I think it's going to be 20. Let me think here. I had a score I had in mind.
See, this
there.
is what I love about this, folks. This is not planned. This is off the cuff. This is off the top of our brains, our heads. This is us thinking and giving us these scores. That's what makes this pick segment so much fun. It's the fact that we come up with these scores on the fly.
That's right.
Yeah.
I honestly think, like I said, I think Titans will win, but it's going to be close. Maybe just 1 or 2 points. Let me see, 27, 26. I think it's going to be that close.
Well,
Interesting.
I'm going to make it a tag team match, player. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles in the close game. I'm going to go Philadelphia. I'm going to go 24-21 on a game-winning field goal.
All right. I'm going to side with you, Steven and Ezra, and I'm going to pick the Eagles in this one. I'm going to go with the Eagles on a last-second touchdown. Philadelphia 30, Tennessee 27.
Wow. Awesome score.
Last-second touchdown, 30-27.
Next on the schedule, ladies, you better get ready to give out those massages because the Deshaun Watson, after being suspended for 11 games, is coming back to not face just any team.
Making his season debut.
Not just facing any team, folks. He is facing the team that is the ultimate, undisputed king of tanking, the Houston Texans.
Which is also his old team.
Yes.
Oh, and I actually saw something a little interesting. About this game.
Yes.
I have been hearing that the plaintiffs for the court cases that were against Deshaun Watson are going to be in attendance at this game.
That is interesting.
Yes, I have been. Yes, it is a confirmed report that I don't know if it's all of them, but it is a confirmed report that some of the plaintiffs from those court cases will be in attendance at this game this week.
Wow. That's hilarious. It's like this football game is hilarious.
Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and start off with Ezra's and Kevin's scores. Ezra is going a little close on this one. He's going with the Cleveland Browns 14-7.
Wow.
And Kevin is going Cleveland over the Texans 30-9.
Jesus. Oh, talk about a blowout there, Batman. I'm gonna go with the Browns to win this one. I'm gonna go 28-7.
Right. I'm actually gonna go against the grain. I think the Texans have been waiting for this game all season, especially after they found out that the suspension just so happened to be lifted on the game that they're playing each other. I think the Texans are going to win. Sorry, Dad, but I think they have a lot to, quote unquote, prove. I don't think it matters their draft status at that point. I think they're going to be playing for pride. They were in a lot of games this year. I mean, I think that they're going to win, but it's 17-16.
Wow. All right.
Now,
going for the upset.
I don't know who's going to win this game, but I do know one thing that is going to happen at the game. And seeing as how this game is in Houston, just imagine all the boos that Deshaun Watson is going to receive. He is going to be receiving a lot of boos in this game, but I think Deshaun Watson is going to silence the tanking Texans, and I think he's going to guide them to a victory. I'm going to go 27-16.
Okay. Next, we have an NFC East showdown between the surging Washington Commanders taking on the New York Football Giants at MetLife Stadium.
This one is going to be very rough for me. So I'll go ahead and start off with the two scores that I have here. Ezra is picking the Giants over the Commanders, 23-18.
Talk about an odd score right there.
And Kevin is picking the Giants over the Commanders, 28-26.
Woo! It's a tough one.
Yeah, this is a tough one to pick. I think I think the Giants are gonna pull it out though. I think the Giants win 28-24.
You know what? I'm going to go to a similar score to that. I'm going to go 28-23 Giants.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it. I really don't, seeing as how the Commanders are playing some great football. But this game is in New York, and if we want to beat the Giants, then we can do it after we come off our bye next week. I don't feel good about it, but I'm picking the Giants. I think the Giants are going to do just enough to squeak out a win. I'm going to go with the Giants in this one, 30-28 on a game with a field goal.
All right. Next, folks, it's time to ride on to M&T Bank Stadium to Baltimore, Maryland. That's right, because the Denver Broncos are going into Baltimore to take on the Ravens.
All right. Ezra is picking the Ravens over the Broncos, 23-10. And this is Kevin's terms, not mine, but he's picking the Baltimore Falcons over the Jackasses, 31-14.
Oh my.
The views, statements, and opinions by one Kevin Orr do not reflect the statements of our Nation Sports Show. And with that being said,
this game is going to be an absolute blowout. Give me Baltimore in this one. I'm going to go 34-10.
Yikes.
I'll give them one touchdown and a field goal.
I'm going to go with the Ravens to absolutely smash the Broncos into oblivion because the Ravens are pissed off that they blew the game last week against the Jags. I'm going to go with the Ravens in this one. I'm going to go 34-7.
Yeah, I had 30-7. 30-7 Baltimore for real. Yeah.
I believe, folks, we have moved to the 4:00 Eastern games.
Yep, that is correct.
And
we got
up first on
of
the
them.
yes, we do. We got a 4-pack of games, folks. And the first game we're going to throw at you right here, going up to Santa Clara, I should say. It is Tua Tagovailoa taking the Miami Dolphins to face Jimmy Jesus and the San Francisco 49ers.
This one is going to be one absolute monster of a game.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And as much as Miami has had a bunch of success with Tua playing full games this season, the fact that the game is in SoFi, that gives me the advantage to San Francisco in this game. It's going to be an absolute dogfight, but I think San Francisco is going to pull out with a win. I'm going to go San Francisco 27, Miami 23.
Oh, I love it. I love this game. I think Tua's going to have a pretty good game. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have a good game too. I think Run CMC is going to run down in Santa Clara, in San Francisco. He's going to run all over the Dolphins. I think the Niners are going to win. I think San Francisco is going to win. Bang, bang, Niner gang, baby. I'm going 27-21.
Okay, interesting. And Ezra is picking an upset here. He's picking Miami
Picking the Dolphins.
over the 40. He's picking Miami over the 49ers 28-26. And of course, you know Kevin, he's signing with his Niners. He's picking the Niners over the Fins 30-28.
Ooh, I love that score.
What?
It's a good score. Next.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Randy, go ahead.
Randy.
Yeah. I think I got Miami in this, but I think it's going to be.
Look at you.
It's not going to be as high scoring as we think. I don't know, because the Niners got a great defense too, and we'll see how that stacks up against the onslaught that they've been putting out, like the 30 points the first half last week. But that was Houston, but
Miami's not playing Houston this week. They're playing San Francisco.
Yes,
they ain't gonna be scoring those 21 points in the first quarter.
Not.
No.
So, but I got Miami winning this, but it's going to be 30-28. It's going to be
wow,
great game. Yeah,
Okay, so he's picking Kevin's score. Only he's reversing the script.
that's right. Yep.
wow, look at you. Check out the big
All
brain
right.
on you. Next,
Next
we
game.
have the Seattle Seahawks, or in our case, the Seattle Sea Chickens, taking on the tanking Super Bowl hungover, drunken Los Angeles Rams.
Let's see. Very interesting choice here for Ezra. He's picking the Rams over the Sea Chickens 16-10.
Look at that.
And Kevin is picking the Sea Chickens 28-14.
I'm picking Seattle in this one. I'm going 26. I'm going 26-6.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got Seattle. Oh, good, Jason.
You go ahead, Randy.
Okay, yeah, I got the Sea Chickens winning this one too. The old AFC West rival Seahawks. 24-10.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go with the Seattle Sea Chickens in this one. I'm going to go 31-13.
Ooh. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers going in to Sin City. They're going in to Sin
To
City.
Allegiant Stadium.
To Allegiant Stadium to face the Las Vegas Raiders.
All right. I'm guessing Ezra's dedicating this game to Randy because he's going with the Raiders over the Bolts 20-13.
Wow.
And Kevin is picking the Chargers over the Raiders 34-31.
That's why I knew I picked the Dolphins for a reason. No, I was playing. No, I'm going to let you pick for me there, Joseph. I can't pick one in this. I'm going to excuse myself because I don't know. It's so hard to figure out. Both of these teams are so hard to figure out. Whether I was a fan or not, both these teams are so hard to figure out. But if I have to pick something, let's just hope Brandon Staley decides to call timeout at the end of the game again. Let's just go with that. Let's go with that. It keeps the team out of the. Do I want my team in the playoffs?
Yeah,
I'll go
ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I'll go ahead.
Oh no!
I'll go ahead and pencil you in for the Raiders because of your screen name. In Jacobs we trust.
Yes, sir. He could have another big week too. They just got to keep.
He could.
Just keep riding
He
them.
could, but I'm gonna go against Ezra and Randy, and I'm gonna pick the Chargers. Mainly because I've been hearing reports that for the first time in several weeks, Justin Herbert will have both of his top targets back on the field this week with Keenan Allen, who has been playing the past couple of weeks, and Mike Williams.
Oh, good. Good for you.
So with that being said, it's going to be a close game. but I think the Chargers are going to pull it out. I'm going to go 34-30.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, the Sunday night game. I think it was the Chiefs a couple weeks ago. The Chiefs and Chargers.
Yep.
Allen
Yeah.
and Williams both played, but Allen either one of them only played a couple of snaps, and that was it, and was back out again. So we'll see if he actually stays out. They actually can stay out there again. Stay healthy and be out there. You don't want to see any player get hurt. So
Right.
that's how that works.
No.
So
But Steven, your score.
it's better for business.
Okay. This is a tough game to figure out. This really is a tough game to figure out. Because if Herbert does not turn the ball over and throws pretty good and the line protects him, the Chargers usually win. If Austin Eckler has a good game, the Chargers usually win. However, if they feed the beast that is Josh Jacobs, the Raiders 9 times out of 10 find a way to pull it out.
Yeah.
The Raiders have a little bit of a hot streak going. The Chargers are hot and cold. Wow, I just threw a Katy Perry reference in there. Wow.
Your favorite. That's your favorite. That's why. So
No,
anyway.
anyways.
Yeah.
This game is so hard to figure out. I am going to go with. Oh man, I am going to go with. Man, it's so tough. These. You can't, shut up, asshole. Okay, I gotta.
I had to.
We'll be here till 9 o'clock, but over 9 o'clock, this keeps going. I'm gonna go with the Chargers in a close game. I'm gonna go 30-27. And next on the Sunday docket, we have a good one for you folks. In the jungle, baby. That's right. It is the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
From Cincinnati.
Game.
That's going to be a good game.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, so Ezra is picking the Chiefs to win 33-30, and Kevin is picking an upset here, 30-29 Bengals.
Well, I was thinking of a similar score actually, but I got the Bengals winning as well. I think it's 33-30. The Bengals win.
You know what?
Okay, so you're picking Ezra's score. So you're picking Ezra's score, but once again, you're flipping the script.
Yep.
It's a tough game.
Steven, your score.
It's a tough game to figure out, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs in a close one. I'm going to go 28-25.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win this one as well. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs 37-34.
Woo! Nice. And, well,
All right.
I wish this was nice, but it's not, unfortunately.
These last two games are going to be bummer. So let's start with this yawn of a Sunday night.
Sunday night football. You have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm going to start this one out. I'm going to go with the Cowboys to win this one and absolutely annihilate the Colts. I'm going to go 31-10.
Ugh, man.
All right. Ezra is picking the Cowboys 34-21. And Kevin is picking the Cowboys 27-20.
Wow. Look at that.
All right. I don't feel good about it because I kind of want Washington to catch up to them. But I'm going to go with Dallas in this one. I think Dallas has too much talent on this aspect or this game alone against the Colts. But I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I'm going to go 24-20.
Randy?
Yeah, I got the Cowgirls winning this one. 30-10. They ain't gonna be much of a game at all.
All right.
And finally,
last but not least, we have this
yawn,
yawn of a
yawn.
Monday night game between the
The
Saints
and
the
the
Bucs.
Buccaneers.
And Randy,
well, good. I can sit out this
you don't
one.
have to give a score on this one because you're gonna pick New Orleans by 50. So I'm gonna go and pitch you down for New Orleans.
It's 60 actually.
Oh, 60. Okay.
Oh, we're upgrading it. Nice. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Definitely.
right. So Ezra is picking the Bucs 24-14, and Kevin is picking the Saints in this one 21-17.
Jesus, look at these upsets.
Yeah.
Come on, Saints. Saints are my favorite team this week.
I don't.
The
Okay,
Browns
again,
were last
trust
week.
me. I
The
don't
Browns
feel.
were last week, so now they're the Saints. The Saints.
I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. If the Saints win, I'm happy. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, I'm gonna go with the Bucs in this one. I'm gonna go 17-14. I don't feel good about it because the Bucs. Look at this.
And I don't feel good about it either, but I think Tampa Bay is gonna pull it out. I'm gonna go 24-17. Tampa
But
Bay.
you look at that, Joey. 4 different picks between me and Kevin.
Yeah, hard to believe.
Yep. And all the same picks between you and me, Steven.
Wow.
Dang.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, let me just verify. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yep, four different picks
And again,
between the two of y'all.
folks, we love doing this pick segment every single week during the NFL regular season and throughout the postseason and, of course, the Super Bowl. And again, folks, you can follow us on Twitter at ON_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show. Also, smash, like, and hit that subscribe button on YouTube.com/Our Nation Sports Show. And also, folks, don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner. Everywhere else on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it is at the Nation's Corner. And check out the guys and gal talking about the world of professional wrestling this Saturday night. WWE Survivor Series, AEW Dynamite, WWE Raw, SmackDown, whatever the hell they decide to talk about. All things professional wrestling. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific time. You can catch the Nation's Corner live this Saturday night. And next week, folks, Kevin will be back with us on the show, and so will Ezra. So we will have the 5-man back for the attack group once again on this fine show next Tuesday, recapping week 13 of the National Football League. And that was our pick segment from week number 13. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we are getting ever so closer to playoff time, so teams better start crunching the stats and crunching some numbers and putting it out there on that field, because come playoff time, it's put up or shut up.
Exactly. Now, I know there's been a lot of crazy things in the NBA. I mean, somehow the Lakers are winning some games, which is a miracle.
Actually, about the Lakers, they played the Indiana Pacers last night.
Yes.
The Lakers were on top by a total of 17 points with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they go on to lose by 1.
Wow.
Yes, the Lakers were on top 101-84 in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes to go in the game, and they lose on their home court, might I add, on a last second three-pointer, 116-115. And after I saw that highlight this morning, I was like, only the Lakers would lose a game like that.
Wow.
Only the Lakers will lose a game like that.
Oh, just reading that headline, bro. from the Los Angeles Times. Lakers blow 17-point lead against the Pacers at Buzzard. Oh my God.
Hey.
Wow. Only the Lakers.
Holy shit. Just when you thought the Los Angeles Lakers were fixing to get on the up and up, they absolutely pull an absolute shit show performance in the fourth quarter against the Pacers.
Oh,
Oh, that is hilarious. That just made my night.
and another good thing that I happened to see last night.
Yes.
Mr. Ben Simmons got hurt.
Aww.
So bravo, Mr. Ben. Once again, your body fails you.
Oh.
Bravo, sir.
Wow.
dang.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't even know what to say right now about that Lakers game. Like, that is just crazy. Crazy.
I love it. I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Jeez.
Wow.
There's not much you can say other than the fact that it was awesome and it was entertaining and it was laughable.
Yeah. You gotta
Wow.
hold that 17-point lose a 17-point lead is inexcusable. Doesn't matter what team you are. Yeah. Lakers, any team. That's terrible.
But other than that, there's not that much going on in the NBA. I mean, the Warriors are getting better. The Celtics and the Bucs are pretty much running away with the Eastern Conference, which we all kind of expected that. And in the West, I think it's still pretty much wide open. I think Memphis is playing some good ball right now. Like I said, the Warriors are getting a little better. They still got a little ways to go. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, as far as other things in the NBA, I mean, Karl Anthony Towns definitely avoided maybe a significant injury.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
what
yeah,
happened
he
there.
did avoid a pretty significant injury, but he's still going to be out for, I think the ESPN news story said 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, and it's a
What
calf
did happen
injury
to that? I
too.
didn't see that. I didn't see what happened.
It's a calf
heard-
injury.
Oh wow.
Yeah, calf injury. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I hope he can get back. He's a great player. So
He is a
He
great
is.
player, and he led the T-Wolves to the playoffs last year, or nearly to the playoffs last year. Or no, they were in the playoffs. My bad. They were. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, they were. In
Yeah,
the
they
playoffs,
were.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they were in the play-in, I believe.
No, they
I
played
think so.
Memphis. They played
Yes.
Memphis.
That's
in the
right.
playoffs.
That's right.
They did. That's right.
They played Memphis.
Yep, they did.
That's
Yep,
right.
they
I
did.
forgot about that. They played
because they beat out
Memphis.
the Pelicans, right? They beat out the Pelicans last year, if I'm not mistaken, to get into the
Right,
post.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
But my God, reading this article again just makes me laugh so hard. The Lakers blowing that 17-point lead in the fourth quarter against the Pacers last night. And here's the bad part. Westbrook scored 9 of his 24 points in the third quarter, pushed into a 16-point lead.
And LeBron last night only hit 8 shots out of 22.
Wow. The Pacers outscored the Lakers in the final stages of the fourth quarter to beat them, obviously. They outscored them in the final period 32-14.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Wow. 32-14. Let that sink. My goodness.
Yeah, the Pacers kept hitting 3-ball after 3-ball after 3-ball, and the Lakers just couldn't stop it.
Yep.
Man.
Wow, I can't. I'm watching something on here, and I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but I cannot help but think how much Sami Zayn looks like Yukon Cornelius on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, Yukon Sammy.
Wow.
Wow. LeBron did have 21 points
Sorry
last
about
night,
that, folks, but yeah.
but he missed 14 shots, including 6 shots in the fourth quarter. So yeah, LeBron definitely went back to his old Miami days against the Mavericks in the 2011 finals.
Yep.
My
But
goodness.
there's something major happened today that wasn't involved in football or basketball, and even though it's a sport that we typically don't talk about,
Soccer.
I feel like it needs to be brought up, and I think all we need to say is the 3 letters USA.
Oh, I thought we were
They
going
have
to talk cricket.
clinched their spot in the World Cup knockout rounds by a 1-0 win over Iran today, and now that we're going to face the Netherlands on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. in the World Cup knockout rounds. So a
That is
huge
awesome.
congratulations to the U.S. men's national soccer team for making it to the knockout rounds, and I hope that they can continue their amazing run, because I would love for the men to bring home a World Cup title for once. So huge congratulations
USA.
And real quick, back to last night's game. Indiana scored on 8 of its last 9 possessions in the fourth quarter to beat the Lakers, obviously, in that game. That is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. But congratulations once again to the United States men's soccer team advancing to the next round, taking on the Netherlands this Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was eating lunch this past Saturday, with my cousin, and on the TV it was a game between Mexico and Argentina, and man, people travel. They travel to these soccer games. They show up. They love that's what I love about international crowd. As far as that's what I love about people from their countries. When it comes to sporting events, when it comes to the concerts and stuff, people love to make noise, especially in the Netherlands, Mexico, Argentina, you name it. Those people love to support Spain, England, etc. You can go down the line. They love their music, they love their sports, and that's why I love those crowds at Metallica concerts or Iron Maiden concerts or AC/DC, you name it, because those crowds, they get into live music. Those crowds in sports, they get into it.
Yep, and they also love their wrestling, because you got to think.
Yes, they do.
How many countries do you see represent the fan base at WrestleMania year after year? A lot.
Right, yeah,
a lot.
Right, yeah.
I mean, you see people coming all the way from Australia. You see people coming from Spain, from France, from Italy, from the Netherlands, from Argentina, from Colombia, Mexico,
too far and everywhere.
You see it everywhere.
It's amazing. And not only that, guys, but talking about wrestling real quick too, is the fact that WWE next year in April, with WrestleMania 39 going to be in Los Angeles, over 90,000 tickets were sold in 24 hours.
Wow.
Don't know how many that is, but not even know how much that was, for both nights combined. But the fact that 90,000 tickets in 24 hours, when those tickets went on sale, were sold just like that. And not even account how many they've sold right now afterwards, after being on sale since August. But it is amazing.
That is not surprising to me. And once more, WWE is making even more news by I'm not sure exactly what day, but I'm thinking it's going to be January the 18th of next year. WWE is going to do a first time ever live show all the way from India.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
From India.
David, I'm telling you, man.
For the first time ever.
It's amazing.
Doing a live show from India.
Like, it is just amazing.
That's crazy.
It's amazing that people around the world show up to this stuff, and you never truly know until you hit those markets when you hit those markets, when you do, and fans that love whatever it is, sports, wrestling, music, whatever, when you see fans from all over the world showing up and just absolutely smashing the numbers, as far as the attendance and stuff, it is amazing how, like, you never truly know how much of an audience you have, and
Exactly.
just it's really cool, really cool, what's going on right now, and I mean, the World Cup is at a fever pitch. The NFL, all the sports, man, that's going on. I mean, basketball's underway the last almost 2 months. We're almost in December, folks, and it's amazing how the NFL season is in its 13th week in this year's 2022 regular season campaign, and we are getting so close.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It seems like this year is just flying by.
Exactly. It is amazing how this year, it just seemed like Christmas was over a year ago. That's what's insane. And this year in the sports world, it has flown by. It was week 1 just like that. And now we're fixing to be in week 13, folks. And, week 13 starts this Thursday with the Bills and the Patriots in Foxborough. And, guys, I'm telling you, it's a very exciting time to be a sports fan. I mean, college football is going on, college basketball is going on, the NBA is going on, hockey's going on, NFL's going on, you name it. The sports landscape is alive and well, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And again, folks, I love doing the show with you guys. And you can follow us on Twitter at @ON_sports show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show. Also, smash that subscribe button on YouTube.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Also, again, don't forget to watch the Nation's Corner this Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific time. As Front Row, Tony Justice, ooh yeah, the great and powerful Devhausen, very nice, very evil, and Mongrovian Sheiky Mike get on the air to talk about all things professional wrestling this Saturday night from the WWE, AEW, whatever they decide to talk about. And, man, looking forward to having Ezra and Kevin on with us next week.
Oh, yes, and huge news. I think I heard something about Montgomery Mike is going to be doing his part of the show on Saturday from the caveman days.
Oh, what do you mean? Reliving his glory days when he was a young man?
Yeah, I think so.
So pretty much just, any basic day.
The Mike, if you're watching, we love you, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, I mean, all kidding aside, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, just, man, again, it's crazy, when you look at the year that we have had this year as far as sports, and all that stuff, and the music world and all that stuff, and the entertainment world. And real quick before we get off the air, I would not be remiss if I didn't bring this up. Waking up yesterday morning to wake up to the news that Metallica, like a diamond cutter, RKO, whatever you want to say, phrase, out of nowhere, drops a new song, the details of their new album coming out next April, and if that wasn't enough, a world tour has been announced by the mighty Metallica, and their new album is called 72 Seasons, and it comes out April the 14th of 2023 next year. And I am so excited for this new album coming out next year, and super excited to be a Metallica fan. And if you are in the area for any of these shows, or you are willing to travel to any of these shows and you've never been to a Metallica show, let me tell you, Metallica is an experience that you will never forget. I have been to many Metallica shows. I have heard many Metallica shows, and there is nothing like it. I mean, the energy from the band, from the fans, it is just amazing. It's an amazing experience, and I cannot wait. I'm hoping that sometime next year, I will be going to maybe a couple of these shows next year during this new tour, the M72 tour. Again, tickets go on sale this Friday, And man, the pre-sales start tomorrow, and gonna try my best to get some tickets to a couple of these shows next year. Looking forward to this new record coming out next year. And
good news, I heard they're going to play Saint Anger in its entirety. You'll be definitely there. Oh, I know.
Well, Randy, you know what? At this point, with the sets that they're doing during this tour, it's pretty cool because they're doing 2 sets that are not going to be back to back. So, which is really cool.
Good deal.
But really cool how they're doing that, and the opening acts are different each night too. So on one night you'll have the surviving members of Pantera and Mammoth WVH, and then the next Sunday you got Five Finger, Death Punch, and Ice Down Kill. So for fans of those bands, that's pretty cool. But for me, Friday wins it for me. Just saying, Pantera and Mammoth, yes please.
Yeah.
But man, again, folks, I mean, we can go on tangents on this show all the time we want. I mean, because we love not only do we love our sports, but we love music, we love wrestling, and it's been a big week in sports, wrestling, and music this week. And with that being said, gentlemen, do you have any other thing you want to talk about before we wrap up the show?
I'm good, actually.
Joey?
I think I'm good on my end.
Well, again, folks, thank you for joining us on another edition of our Nation Sports Show. Again, folks, follow us on Twitter at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show. Also, follow us on the old YouTube page and follow and smash, like, and subscribe to our YouTube page at YouTube.com/Our Nation's Sports Show, where we are live for the most part every single Tuesday night. There's been occasions where we've been on Wednesdays. Hey, you know what that means during AEW? It's happened a couple of times, which is fine. Whenever we're live, most of the time it's Tuesdays. But we are live on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific time. And with that being said, Randy, final thoughts, brother?
Yeah, hey, great show tonight, guys. We were down a couple guys, but I think we did pretty well. Looking forward to being back on with those guys next week, having a full crew. But this great analysis, and we'll see what this week's games hold. Should be some stellar games. Looking forward to some of them. And as always, thanks for having me. And
Absolutely, man. Joey, final thoughts, bro?
Once again, another great show with you guys. And yes, even though we were down a couple of guys tonight, I think we did a pretty amazing job. Great job on the analysis. Great job on the prediction battles, and
a very interesting prediction battle.
And all the sports analysis in general. And I do want to point out that I'm going to be pretty busy for the rest of this week because ever since COVID hit, there's been 2 people that I have not seen since COVID first hit, and that is my dad and my stepmom. They will be coming up here tomorrow night, actually, and they will be in town Thursday, and they will be here for the whole weekend. So
that is awesome, bro.
I'll be looking forward to spending some time with them and just hanging out with them. So it's going to be a great rest of the week.
That is awesome, man. And I wouldn't be remiss if I didn't bring this up, but this Saturday is a very special day in my family because this Saturday it is my father's birthday, and it's been a hell of a year.
Tell your dad I said happy early birthday.
Will do, bro. It's been one hell of a year this year. I am so grateful, so blessed to have my father still with me in my life, and he is doing so great. He is living life, and that's all you can do. And I am going to be spending time with my father this weekend for his birthday, and looking forward to that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, happy early birthday, Dad. I love you. And again, folks, whatever you decide to do this weekend, as far as spending time with your family, spending time with your friends, watching some sports, whatever you decide to do, enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. and enjoy your time, because it's all that we got, and make it all you can, make it all it's worth. And love doing the show with you guys. We were down 2 people this week. We were down Ezra and Kevin this week, but they will be back with us next week. And we are looking forward to having our 5-man crew back on with us next Tuesday, recapping another insane weekend in the National Football League, week number 13. Oh, we are so close to getting to the home stretch. It's coming before you know it, folks, of the NFL regular season. And we will be recapping all of the games from week 13, making our score predictions for week 14, and whatever comes out of the wacky sports league like this past last night with the Pacers and the Lakers, especially with the Lakers blowing that 17-point lead hilariously, which is still funny thinking about it just a second, because why, I don't know how. But anyways, the Lakers, I'm sorry, but they suck. It's sad but true. Yeah. Man, it's been a great week of sports. It's been a great week of music, news, and stuff. So excited for the new Metallica record, tour, and all of that stuff that's happening with the mighty Metallica next year. Brand new song, Lux Eterna. If you have not checked it out, check that shit out, boys and girls, because Lux Eterna is a badass brand new Metallica song that just dropped yesterday. And it's going to be off their brand new record, 72 Seasons. And that album again comes out April the 14th. Man, we have been all over the place today, baby. Talking about a little WWE, a little bit of music, sports. It's been fun. I love doing the show with you guys. So with that being said, for Kevin Rory, Ezra Vickery, Randy Giron, Joey, JT, not Justin Timberlake, Joey Thornton, I have been your host for this evening, Stephen Wyand. And join us next Tuesday. Same time, same channel. See you next week. Hey, stay positive. Enjoy your life. And it's never goodbye. It's just until next time. So with that being said, for Randy, for Kevin, for Ezra, who will be here next week, Ezra and Kevin will be here next week, for Randy, for Joey and myself, Stephen Wyand, thank you for joining us, everybody, for another slamming, action-packed edition of our Nation Sports Show. And we will see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. Peace.
Turn it up.